how we do it here on the Saturdays. This is what it's about to be. Man, look at my mantras real quick. Be kind. Read that one, nigga. Be fearless. More. Yeah, more. Let's go celebrate it.
To Rockefeller Show, motherfucking city, nigga. I love New York.
50 Cent is relentless in his ongoing trolling crusade against Diddy, recently unveiling a video hinting at Jay-Z's possible role in Diddy's infamous parties. It's widely recognized that Diddy and Jay share a close bond, especially after Diddy's interview revelation, where he stated only his mom and Jay-Z are allowed to call him Sean. Diddy's own site, Combs Global, continues to showcase a photo of him with Jay, symbolizing their strong connection. Yet, it's 50 Cent who's now implying that there might have been more depth to Diddy and Jay's friendship. Could it be that Jay is keeping quiet about Diddy's activities due to his own hidden skeletons? Since the lawsuit by Cassie against Diddy for a range of charges, including questionable conduct with male staff, 50 Cent has been unapologetically airing Diddy's dirty laundry. For several months, predating the Cassie debacle, other accusations, and Diddy's split from Revolt, 50 has been on this relentless mission, showing zero leniency. Now, amidst a flurry of sexual assault allegations against Diddy, 50 hasn't shown any signs of easing up. He took to social media to mock Diddy, who finds himself tangled in his third sexual assault lawsuit within just a month. In a surprising move, 50 merged Diddy and R. Kelly's faces in a Twitter image and added R. Kelly's 1998 hit, "Did You Ever Think?" to intensify the effect. His caption read, "Did he do it? Coming soon? Greenlight Gang?" and another one. But the onslaught didn't stop there. Moving to Instagram, he divulged further into Diddy's legal issues. No, he will be fine. He has so much money. When his corporate partners pull out, he will just reach in his pockets and make it happen. You saw how fast he paid Cassie? He's a real billionaire. He has FU money, guys. So F you. Did he do it? Coming soon. This revelation came shortly after Page Six disclosed that G-Unit Films and Television is developing a TV special focusing on the head of Bad Boy Records. Teasing about this upcoming project, last Friday, 50 shared the Page Six link, boasting about his role as the project's leading producer. In a recent Instagram update, he posted a clip of comedian Eddie Griffin joking about Diddy. Griffin humorously targeted Diddy's long-standing beef with Suge Knight, who is currently incarcerated.
That nigga on his way to jail, Suge Knight there waiting on him. You get tired of your silly dancing in your videos, all up on cell block, see you dancing and shit. Come on over to death row, baby. He did it. Nigga, everybody coming out, nigga. That motherfucker 50 Cent is the most pettiest nigga on earth. Ain't this nigga petty, nigga? He be fucking with this nigga every day, like, fine.
On Twitter, 50 also remarked, "Rapper, I thought Diddy was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he will file bankruptcy now. Anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job, guys. Here come the receipts." While 50 Cent hasn't explicitly confirmed he's producing a documentary about the swirling allegations around Diddy, he's certainly basking in the unfolding drama. 50's approach in all this has been nothing short of theatrical. His social media antics, blending audacious humor with bold accusations, keep stirring the pot. When the scoop hit about Diddy stepping down from Revolt, the company threw out a statement to NBC News, spinning it as keeping Revolt laser-focused on producing dope content for the culture and boosting the voices of black folks across the US and the African diaspora. Just like their statement said, now 50 Cent's dragging Jay-Z into this mix too, making it sound like there's some under-the-radar stuff going on between Diddy and Jay. Let's not forget, 50 and Jay-Z have been at it for over 2 decades. Remember when 50 straight up accused Jay of buying his way to the top? But Jay and Diddy, they go way back. They've seen some rough patches back in the day, and it looks like they're heading into some murky waters now. Let's take a trip down memory lane to those days, and then we'll circle back to the current drama they're facing. Back in 2019, Diddy's 50th birthday bash at his Beverly Hills crib was the talk of the town, with A-listers like Kim Kardashian, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kanye West, Kevin Hart, Beyonce, and Jay-Z rolling through. This was a total 180 from the gritty streets Jay-Z and Combs navigated in New York City 2 decades earlier, especially in that cold December. Diddy getting cuffed on weapons and bribery charges after a scuffle that left 3 people hurt was front page teenage news, especially with Jennifer Lopez, his girlfriend at the time, getting arrested too. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's past stabbing incident kinda got lost in the shuffle over time, especially with him turning into a social justice warrior and forming a powerhouse duo with Beyonce in the music biz.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires.
For Jay and Diddy, those arrests were a real crossroads moment, like Dan Charnas, author of The Big Payback, put it. Am I gonna shed the pretenses of the streets? These incidents also shook up society, pushing changes in the NYPD and proving that rap was too rich a game to risk in the streets. In the 90s, making it in hip-hop was all about who's the realest and got the sickest bars, pointed out star Rhett Rock, an industry insider. Nowadays, hip-hop's all about how mainstream can I get. The late 90s were a game changer for hip-hop, pushing past even country music in the pop culture race. But as the dough started rolling in, artists felt the heat to prove their street cred, not just their artistry. Busta Rhymes got nabbed in '98 for carrying a loaded, unregistered piece. The following year, DMX got into hot water when cops found a gun and drug gear at his pad, and NJ legends like Slick Rick and ODB from Wu-Tang did time at Rikers in the 90s, while Suge Knight pleaded no contest to assault. Back then, violence wasn't just a possibility, it was almost part of the game. On December 2nd, 1999, the Kit Kat Club in Midtown was popping with a bash for rapper Q-Tip. Jay-Z was riding the wave of his album Vol 2 Hard Knock Life success and found himself at the center of a heated moment. He and his entourage ran into Lance Rivera, a producer accused of leaking Jay-Z's unreleased album. In a moment charged with emotion, Jay-Z reportedly said, "Lance, you broke my heart," before pulling out an 8-inch knife. This led to a scuffle where Rivera was attacked with liquor bottles by Jay-Z's crew. Rivera ended up with injuries to his shoulder and abdomen and was rushed to St. Vincent's Hospital, stable but hurt. That same night, Jay-Z handed himself over to the authorities, slapped with 2 counts of first-degree assault. He was staring down a potential 15-year prison sentence. Jay was defending his honor. Roque tried to explain the stabbing incident, but Jay-Z stood at a crossroads with everything on the line. If UN bootlegged your album, there are lawyers to deal with that. You don't deal with that, Charnas pointed out. This was the mentality Jay-Z needed to shake off. Meanwhile, on December 27th, Diddy and Jennifer Lopez were living it up at Club New York, joined by Diddy's protege, Jamal Shine Barrow. It's key to note Diddy's influence back then. His Bad Boy Records was pulling in a cool $130 million a year. Diddy had also kicked off his Sean John fashion brand and was known for his lavish white parties in the Hamptons. Plus, his track I'll Be Missing You had hit the top of the Billboard Hot 100, a first for a rap song. But trouble brewed as they left the Times Square Club. Diddy got into it with a guy named Matthew Scar Allen, leading to a fight and gunfire, with 3 people getting hurt. Diddy, with J-Lo in tow in his Lincoln, was nabbed after blowing a red light. Cops found a gun in the car, and the duo, along with Barrow and bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, were cuffed. Retired NYPD detective Derek Parker recalled the scene. It was chaos. Top-notch lawyers swarmed the precinct. J-Lo was handcuffed to a pole. Lopez got off easy, but Diddy was charged with criminal possession of an unlicensed gun and attempted bribery, accused of trying to pin the gun on Jones. Like Jay-Z, Diddy was looking at up to 15 years behind bars. Only 3 months earlier, he had copped a plea to harassment in the beating of a music exec, a step down from the initial felony assault charge. The NYPD was seeing a spike in hip-hop-related violence. Parker, dubbed the hip-hop cop, set up a specialized unit to tackle these issues. He shed light on the situation. The truth is, the rappers were never the big problem. Most of the time, it was the crew that they kept around. It was an atmosphere where members of the crew felt like they had something to prove to the artist. The hip-hop scene was in a complex dance with violence, where the lines between art, street cred, and legality were blurred. Diddy, unlike Jay-Z, came from a more middle-class background. Charnas pointed out that Diddy adopted the pretenses of that life. For Jay, it was a different story. He was directly from that rough lifestyle and had to confront it. The Club New York trial in January 2001, with Diddy represented by big names like Benjamin Braffman and Johnny Cochran, turned it into a media frenzy. Diddy walked free, but Barrow, only 21, got a decade-long sentence. Many speculate that Barrow was just a scapegoat. After 9 years, he was deported back to Belize. Following this ordeal, Mr. Sean Combs ditched the Puff Daddy name, rebranding himself as P. Diddy in 2001, signaling a fresh start post-arrest. Now, he's a business mogul with a net worth of a whopping $740 million per Forbes. Jay-Z, on his end, settled for a misdemeanor assault plea in 2001, landing 3 years of probation. He confessed in his book, Decoded, that he took the plea bargain, worried about getting a harsher sentence following Combs' acquittal. Jay-Z has since climbed to the status of hip-hop's first billionaire. 50 Cent found Jay-Z's self-comparison to Jesus peculiar. Back in 2009, he told Rolling Stone about Jay's king complex, saying he's some kind of F-ing Jesus. In that same chat, 50 hinted at Jay-Z turning his back on close associates like Beanie Siegel from Rockefeller. 50 suggested Jay wasn't really there for them, but was more focused on his own agenda. And it's not just 50 Cent throwing shade. Uncle Ron, alleged former bodyguard for Beyonce, dished out some serious claims that Jay and Beyonce harmed many in their climb to fame. Uncle Ron also made startling claims about Beyonce, similar to what Cassie disclosed about Diddy. Yeah, Beyonce is on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. This stirred up quite the conversation among fans. Adding to the fire, Jaguar Wright came forward with more intense accusations. She hinted that many from Jay-Z's early inner circle, like Big L, met untimely and tragic ends. Fans couldn't help but notice the eerie parallels in how Jaguar described Jay-Z and the way others talk about Diddy. The list of casualties from Diddy's circle, be it death, illness, or disappearance, is alarmingly long, almost rivaling his record hits. Kanye West, in his revelations, mentioned both Diddy and Jay along with Beyonce. Kanye blew the lid off about celebs being manipulated by Hollywood elites. He claimed his own safety, asserting that, unlike them, he hasn't offed anyone. Later, Jaguar also brought up the shady aspects of Jay-Z's past relationships, like with Foxy Brown, who was supposedly just 14 when Jay-Z began grooming her. Aaliyah's story adds another layer to the intrigue, especially considering she was allegedly groomed by Jay-Z's associate R. Kelly. Interestingly, Jay-Z first crossed paths with Beyonce when she was just 16 and he was 28. In a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z mentioned they met a decade earlier. So back in 1997, Beyonce would have been around 15 or 16, depending on when exactly they met. Fueling the mystery, there's this persistent conspiracy theory suggesting Jay-Z played a role in Aaliyah's tragic end, allegedly because she rejected his advances. Dame Dash revealed that Jay-Z really tried to woo Aaliyah, and there are rumors that he even got Diddy to help with his pursuit, leading to Aaliyah being a frequent guest at Diddy's notorious parties. But Aaliyah wasn't feeling Jay and was more into Dame. Then in 2001, Aaliyah's life was cut short in a baffling plane crash in the Bahamas at the age of 22. That same year, Jay-Z started going public with Beyonce. On August 25th, 2001, around 6:50 p.m., EDT, Aaliyah and her team, who had just wrapped up the Rock the Boat video shoot in the Bahamas, boarded a small Cessna 402 at Marsh Harbor Airport. They were headed for Opa-locka Airport in Florida, looking to return to the U.S. earlier than planned. The aircraft, smaller than their arrival plane, tragically crashed and erupted into flames shortly after lifting off, not far from the runway's end. The crash claimed the lives of Aaliyah and the 8 others on board, including pilot Luis Morales III, stylist Eric Foreman, and security guard Scott Gallen. There were reports of frustration among the passengers due to the plane's late arrival at 6:15 p.m., despite a scheduled time of 4:30 p.m. Arguments allegedly broke out pre-takeoff, with Morales warning them about the plane being overloaded, but they were adamant about flying back that night. The post-crash examination in the Bahamas indicated Aaliyah had suffered severe burns, a head injury, intense shock, and a weak heart, leading the coroner to speculate she wouldn't have survived her injuries, even if she had initially survived the crash. The bodies were then taken to Nassau for identification, some severely charred. Investigators concluded that the plane was carrying excess weight by 700 libs and had an extra passenger beyond its capacity. The National Transportation Safety Board later reported that the pilot wasn't authorized to fly the aircraft. Morales had deceitfully obtained his FAA license and had cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time of the crash. It was also suspected that he had exaggerated his flying experience to secure his position with Black Hawk International Airways. The buzz around Aaliyah's untimely demise feeds into the grim theory of an industry sacrifice, especially since witnesses claim she was drugged and carried onto the plane unconscious. Layering onto this, Dame Dash revealed that Jay-Z was aware of R. Kelly's wrongdoings and his illegal marriage to Aaliyah when she was just 15. Amidst all these murky details, rumors are swirling that Jay-Z and Diddy were not only into grooming women, but might have also been engaged in exclusive all-male escapades. Remember, 50 Cent has had his moments taking jabs at Jay, even mocking him for trying to emulate Basquiat, the artist known for his fluid sexuality. 50's comment didn't go unnoticed. An online observer commented, "I love 50's intelligence, wittiness, candor, business savviness, humor, and the ability to be truthful and speak facts in a comedic way." And it's no secret that 50 has been ribbing Diddy for years, often insinuating that Diddy prefers keeping things on the down low. There was even a hint from 50 suggesting Diddy made a pass at him. Adding to the intrigue, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, let slip in an interview that those male workers, whom Diddy allegedly forced Cassie to interact with, were actually intended for Diddy himself. This revelation throws another layer of mystery into the mix. So does this imply that Jay-Z and Diddy were collaborating on some secretive escapades? It certainly looks like that's what 50 Cent is hinting at with his recent social media activity. He posted an old clip where he's on stage with both Diddy and Jay-Z, and it shows Diddy cheekily smacking Jay's behind. 50 captioned it with, "20 machine guns only get 10 months. Diddy in the back, patting on N, asterisk, 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 asterisk as butts." 50 Cent wrote in the caption, referencing T.I.'s 2007 arrest on gun charges. "Nah, I ain't with it. I ain't never been with it." Bars lol. Whether 50 is just stirring up drama or not, fans are echoing the sentiment that you're judged by the company you keep. Hence, Jay-Z's long-standing friendship with Diddy could suggest they share more than just business interests. Alright, Screen Buzz fam, that wraps up our deep dive into the whirlwind of drama surrounding Diddy, Jay-Z, and 50 Cent. From the murky pasts to the ongoing rumors and insinuations, it's clear that the hip-hop world is never short of intrigue and controversy. While we've explored the various claims and theories, from grooming allegations to mysterious incidents, remember, these are still unconfirmed speculations. So what do y'all think? Is there more to these stories? Or is it all just part of the complex tapestry of hip-hop culture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to Screen Buzz for more content that gets right into the heart of entertainment buzz.